Warning, the following is entirely satirical and should not be taken as truth or fact. Styles Rebel Radio and the Rebel Podcast do not own any copyrighted material that may be included in this broadcast. Viewer discretion is advised.
In one swift motion, if we do this, if I'm talking long-term effects, years down the road, you're in one swift motion, you're losing 50-60% of all of your media personalities.
Yeah.
Suspend the show right now.
You're going to zipline directly into the harpoon?
Yeah. What do you know about planes?
I know a lot about planes.
Buckle in, dude. It's going to suck.
Put your hand on the screen.
How did they find out? Who was the one?
This show has gotten infinitely more gay.
The mystical land of New Jersey.
I don't understand how the laws in this country work anymore.
Welcome to the Rebel Radio Show, live, uncut, and uncensored on WSRR Radio. We're saving the underground music scene. Hi, everyone. To my right is Shani.
Hey, everyone.
On the board's Jules.
Howdy.
You said hi. I say, hey, everyone.
Listen, we need to talk about something real quick.
We can talk about it.
When you get up at 3 in the morning to go to the bathroom,
Mhm.
you are pissing too damn loud.
I can't
You
help
aim
it.
for the center, and you need to start aiming for the side of the bowl.
I can't help it. In fact,
This is the third time I've woken up thinking you're frying chicken in there.
I spread my legs even more than the normal amount that a guy spreads his legs to pee standing up at the toilet.
What would you consider the normal amount?
Everyone,
Shoulder
you know.
width?
You know. Shoulder
width.
All right, shoulder width.
That's a weak stance.
Maybe a little more. But I'll go the extra. I'll go an extra like 75 degrees.
You're making
know
a
what I'm
right
saying?
angle.
Oh. I'm making myself flat and yeah.
That's
And
not a
I'm
right angle.
inching my wee-wee closer to the bowl so that specifically the sound echoes more off of the bowl and is louder. So I'm glad that you've noticed.
Oh,
Thank
I've
you.
noticed.
Yeah.
I've noticed 4 nights in a row now.
Hey, you know, I'm a 4-night pisser kind of guy.
Well, hey, it's 70 degrees and cloudy in Cleveland right now. That's your 5 o'clock forecast on WSRR Radio.
Yeah.
Which is really great because, we're worldwide on Live 365 and WSRRadio.com and also a podcast and also in replay.
And
so,
a podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You just want to keep that, jot that one down if you're taking notes at home. 70 degrees and cloudy out in Cleveland right now.
Right now.
The Funk Soul Brother. Would you play that at a wedding?
Yes.
Funk Soul Brother?
Yes.
There's a man that wouldn't.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's this guy going around for making a list. So the title of this, if you'd scroll back up for a second, is "Man's Disrespectful List of Banned Wedding Songs Sparks Debate." And my initial thought on this was, the DJ told the bride and groom he's not playing certain songs, which would be a reason for debate.
Sure.
This is not the case. It's the groom putting together a list of songs that he doesn't want in the wedding and posted it on Twitter and said, hey, I need some help adding songs that I should ban from the wedding.
Yeah.
And everyone's shitting on this guy for banning these songs from the wedding.
I think it's egregious that he posts it online to say, hey guys, what else should I ban? I don't know, whatever you feel like you don't like.
Right.
Like, I made a specific playlist for my wedding of songs that I want to hear.
Yeah.
If there's anything else that is played in between, all right, like not the end of the,
Well, that
neither
is
here nor
the
there.
job of the DJ, is to play the music. Like, you give when you're doing music for a wedding or an event or any party. Wedding's the top tier of them, obviously.
Mhm.
But when you're booking a DJ or when you are a DJ being booked, the things that you get are a list of songs that are like must plays
Mhm.
and a list of songs that are do not plays.
Mhm.
Those are two very common things
Right.
for any like major event that you book a DJ. And then the job of the DJ is to fill in the space in between.
Right.
Because normally you don't get 4 hours of music in your must plays. You get maybe 10, 12, 13 songs that like, hey, make sure these are played.
Right.
Let's run through the list real quick because people are saying that this guy's a buzzkill.
I think it's just so crazy that they're using the term disrespectful list.
Yeah.
Like, this groom's disrespectful list of his banned wedding songs.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie. This guy seems like he has kind of shitty taste for a party. However, let's run through the list he has so far. Anything by Oasis, Angels by Robbie Williams, Sex on Fire by Kings of Leon, Sweet Child of Mine, Guns N' Roses, Mr. Brightside, The Killers. That one's gonna upset the white folk.
Yeah.
Sweet Caroline by Neil Diamond, also gonna upset the white folk.
Equally.
Yeah. Eye of the Tiger by Survivor. Uptown Funk by Mark Ronson.
Yeah.
Happy by Pharrell Williams.
Yeah.
Dance Monkey. I
Oh.
don't know if I know Dance. Oh, yeah,
The
I just know
Fortnite
that from
emote?
Fortnite.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Wow, you must play a lot of Fortnite, man.
I must play a lot of Fortnite.
Couldn't be me.
Yeah, no, it couldn't be. I Got a Feeling by the Black Eyed Peas, Don't Stop Me Now by Queen, and We Are the Champions by Queen.
I like Don't Stop Me Now.
Don't
I feel like-
stop me.
Yeah.
now.
At a
but is
wedding.
it a wedding song?
That's my
I'm
big
having
thing.
a good time. Yeah.
Half of these are and half of these aren't wedding songs.
Right.
So there's also people that chime in the comments that did help
Mm-hmm.
or quote unquote help add things, which
Yeah.
are equally as abhorrent. And I don't know if they're like just adding on to the meme of it.
Yeah.
But some of the recommended ones to ban are Come On Eileen, Dancing in the Moonlight, and I'm in the Mood for Dancing.
One of the comments said just cancel the wedding.
Another comment says Mr. Brightside's a step too far.
Someone said, "Bro hates a good time."
But that's the thing is some of these are like typical wedding. Mr. Brightside, I've played at a wedding
Yeah,
before.
right.
You play that for the white folk. They love it.
yeah.
Uptown Funk, pretty common wedding song
Yeah.
these days. Pretty common song in general. I Got a Feeling is like synonymous with
Yeah.
any party
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
have a DJ at.
Happy by Pharrell Williams. I feel like that's a pretty
Yeah.
white folk wedding song. you know?
Absolutely. No, but again, like you said, there's definitely songs on here that aren't wedding songs.
Yeah. Like-
Anything by Oasis is a stretch. That's a personal thing. The guy doesn't like Oasis. I'm gonna give that a pass.
Well, it's strange to me that people are mad at him and like I don't know. I guess he's asking for more songs. It's just weird. This whole situation is weird to me. I just went through this process and like never in my mind was it like, let me ask my friends
Yeah.
what songs I shouldn't play
Yeah.
at my wedding.
Usually it's the other way around.
Yeah, usually people tell, and like that even is something that we did. Is like we
yeah,
had
you
a
guys did song requests on
right.
RSVPs.
We had a song request tab, so like
Which is a crazy idea. That's a good idea.
it's fun. It's cool.
Like
We're gonna-
as you're RSVPing, making sure, and it helps
Yeah.
the DJ or whatever the song curation too is with.
Yeah.
Okay, make sure these are in there.
right. Yeah, no. I think just the whole like we didn't have any songs that were banned because we made our list of like we made our wedding playlist pretty long.
We have band artists for ours,
Yeah,
like Bob
That's
Dylan.
fair. I think that's fair.
yeah, no,
The
and I think,
Beatles.
and again, I think that's a common thing. Is like there will be usually a handful of songs and a handful of artists that are on the don't playlist.
And I think, yeah, it's something where if me or my fiance thought like we shouldn't have this song on
Yeah.
there or we shouldn't have this, we don't like this vibe, then it wouldn't be it shouldn't be a problem to anybody.
Yeah.
You know, like that's our decision, that's your decision, that's a personal, and it shouldn't. I think the fact of making it public on Twitter is like
It's a
Yeah.
little silly.
right
Because again,
silly.
it should be the other way around. Of like,
Right.
hey, what are some good recommendations
Right.
for a wedding?
What songs should I play at my wedding? That's something that I would tweet out or whatever. You know, like
The part that got me is at the end of this article here on Daily Mail. There's a section where quote unquote professionals chime in, and
Yeah.
Herbert Holler, who is apparently dubbed the best DJ in New York,
okay.
told Daily Mail that commonly rejected artists include Bruno Mars and Drake.
Hmm.
Which I'll say this: I'm literally a professional DJ.
Mhm.
That's what I DJ'd 3 different events in the past month.
Right.
One of them being a wedding.
Right.
I can tell you every wedding I've DJ'd, Drake has been on the like request list of must plays. At least a song by Drake.
Yeah.
Typically Bruno Mars is too.
Yeah.
So I don't know where the hell this guy's getting his fact from.
I just think I don't know, we're putting too much pressure on the band songs and not enough pressure on I like this song. This
Yeah.
is a good dancey song. This is like why don't you guys focus on that? What songs should we be playing at the wedding? And like I think it's more a testament of this is a song. These are a list of songs that I feel have been overplayed at weddings. What are some refreshing songs? Let's refresh this list. You
Like
know?
I don't want Sweet Child of Mine played.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Who wants to hear? Then again, that's not a wedding song, too. Like it's one thing if someone comes up and makes a request and is like, "Hey, can you play Sweet Child of Mine?"
Yeah, sure.
That's why this list exists.
Sure. If I'm at my wedding or something, and I hear like "Eye of the Tiger,"
Yeah, that's a crazy one.
I'm gonna go up to the DJ and be like, "All right, so someone requested this, right?
Yeah.
Because that's not something that you would play
Yeah.
Yeah.
at a wedding regularly.
And you would hope
know?
that your wedding DJ would understand what are wedding songs and what's not.
Exactly. Yeah, very interesting. It's almost like this person's being a negative Nancy.
Yeah, a
feels
little
like
bit.
feels like you're being a negative Nancy, dude. You're about to get married. This is gonna be
You
fun.
think anyone's requesting that Fortnite song, the dance song?
Oh yeah.
You think someone's going
It's
to
a-
request that at a wedding?
Dude, that song is so
At a
popular.
wedding?
That song is so popular. It became a dance on Fortnite. I mean, that's my frame of reference. That song is so popular.
This guy must love The Weeknd. Let me tell you that much.
Dance monkey, dance monkey. Yeah, like Happy by Uptown Happy by Uptown Funk. Happy
That's
by
the one.
Pharrell Williams and Uptown Funk. Both of those songs would not play. I'm totally okay with being like, yeah, DJ, ban those. I still could do that. I'm
Yeah.
in the time frame where
Yeah.
I could, but like,
But those make sense on this list. Like I could see those
Yeah.
as a DJ. I could see those being good filler songs. Like
Mhm.
here's the 25 songs that are must plays, right?
Mhm.
My job as a DJ then is to number one, abide by the list of don't plays
Yes.
for people requesting,
Right.
and then fill in the other 5 hours of music of okay, here's my 25 songs. What am I going to play for the other 4.5 hours?
Mm.
And as a DJ, those are probably songs I'd throw in there if I wasn't told. Okay, people like Uptown
Right.
Funk, I'll throw Uptown Funk in there. It's an
Right.
easy dance song.
I have a question then for you as a DJ.
Yeah.
If there's a song, say, Mr. Brightside is on your band list,
Sure.
and you're doing a wedding,
Sure.
it's a big wedding, and someone comes up and it's like, hey, I need to request Mr. Brightside. Like, I want to hear Mr. Brightside.
Yeah.
What do you do?
No.
No?
Yeah, I tell them no. Sorry, can't do that one. That's something that's happened a lot.
Okay. Okay.
And again, that is part of your job as the DJ. Is
Right. I can't do that one.
I'm not allowed to do this. I'm
Right.
telling you no.
Right.
And I guess that's something people kind of overlook when they book a
okay.
DJ. Is I can give you an example. Very recently, I had a very small do not playlist.
Mm-hmm.
It was like maybe 5 artists or
Sure.
like 5 songs, not even artists. And one of the songs on there was "Can't Help Falling in Love" by
Mhm.
Elvis. It was like the top song on the do not playlist.
Mm-hmm.
And I had not only a request for it, I had someone want to physically play it and
Oh.
plan to play it, and I had to tell them we got to change that. You got to get with the bridal party. You got to get
Yeah.
with someone and clear this because I am not allowed to play this. And
I
I'm
will
not gonna,
smash your guitar.
I'm like, I'm not going to turn on the board or the mic if this is the song you're doing because I can't do that without permission.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, no, that's
Interesting.
why you have a band songs list.
Interesting.
I just think it's funny that they're putting like "We Are the Champions" on. At what wedding have you heard "We Are the Champions"?
right.
I feel like that's an unnecessary step.
Exactly.
I'm not going to put NWA on my band artists lists because I don't expect the DJ at my wedding to play NWA.
Right.
No,
right,
I'd probably
right.
love it.
It'd be
But
sick.
no one else would.
It'd be a great time. Yeah.
Fuck the Police comes on and everyone's just
Right.
real concerned other than me.
No, this is great, guys. Yeah.
Why is no one dancing?
I think that just. I mean, I okay. I think maybe for the specific bride and groom, the band list could be important.
Mhm.
Different types of weddings, different types of families, different types of cultures. Sure, but just for me, I didn't do one. Don't need one. Don't have a problem with people having one. I think that this situation seems negative. It seems like just a lot of like, I don't know, silliness.
Well, even the fact that he's going online, that he made this list, and like it's a pretty detailed list. But
Right.
the fact that he's going online asking for more, either this guy is really overthinking it, or he is very not confident in the DJ they hired.
Did this person ask? There's like, hey, honey, I'm gonna tweet this now to make sure we have all of the band songs so that none of the songs play ever.
That'd be hilarious. Like spending hours on like this fucking lexicon of band songs of like obscure things
Yeah,
that no one's
yeah.
gonna play anyway.
Like no one's gonna request it. Why do I need to ban this? No one's gonna. Yeah, I think
Like
it's...
don't play Dwayne Johnson's Pie. Wasn't planning on it, but
I-
don't play Face Off.
Yeah, no, I think like let's. I want to see this guy's request list.
Yeah,
See
I
what
want
that
to hear what
looks
is
like.
played.
Right.
Because it's going to be the typical like Control C, Control V wedding playlist now.
Yeah.
Apart from like Mr. Brightside,
right.
it's going to be the Cupid Shuffle. Maybe depending on
Yeah.
demographic, maybe Boot Scoot and
Right.
Boogie's thrown in there.
Right.
And that's what it's going to be. 216-859-8699. What songs are on your band list?
Hi, this is Melissa.
Hey, it's Matt.
Hi guys, my name is Ari. Coming at you from Synergy Music Studio. Come through to a Synergy Naked session.
Synergy Naked is a live performance recording, also captured on video. Look for our releases on YouTube at Synergy Music Studio.
We're located on the south side near Chicago. Passing through.
Hit up our DMs on Instagram at Synergy Music Studio. Rock hard.
Cause it's feeling
Imagine spending hundreds of dollars of your own money to advertise a massive corporation. Now imagine that same corporation using your money to pay a public figure to sell a product back to you. Unfortunately, you don't have to imagine. Corporate product placement is the monopoly of the clothing industry as we know it. That's where GenericClothes.com comes in. Stick it to these big brand clothing cunts by wearing something straight and to the point. GenericClothes.com's got you covered and lets you have a laugh at their expense. Nobody cares about the details. Get to the point. With shirts like floral pattern, trademark logo, music band, and more. Once again, that's GenericClothes.com. I'm the Pidge. I'm isn't real. Oh, wait, this is the wrong show. I'm talking about the Pigeonhole, everybody. Comes out once a month. Send some stuff into the Styles Rebel Radio Discord page. I will give my such beautiful 2 cents on it. I know you guys care so much for give me some slack. I like doing this.
Sedan, you left the Rebel Radio Show playing.
If you're listening out there in Davenport, Iowa right now, it's partly cloudy, sun's peeking through a little bit. You're going to see highs of 68 degrees Fahrenheit today, 7-mile-per-hour wind, and a 62% chance of rain a little out in the evening.
Shout out all my Davins out there.
Davenport's the Holy Land, basically, dude.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Greatest place on earth.
Tell me why.
He loves
Hottest women,
Davenport.
finest sushi, Davenport, Iowa. You ever heard of it before?
This guy.
It's like their slogan.
He has 2
This
shirts
guy.
that just say, like, I love Davenport.
I do.
What's your deal?
I love Davenport. In case you didn't know, I hope to go there someday.
You think any parents ever accidentally name their son Davin instead of Devin? And
I
then
wonder-
they're like, oh, fuck.
I wonder how many like accidental namings happen.
Probably a lot.
One of the plot points of My Name Is Earl is he's supposed to be Carl Jr. and the dad's handwriting sucked and he put an extra loop on the C. He became Earl.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I feel like it probably happens a lot, and it's probably an embarrassing thing. People are like, fuck, I have to pay $100 when I'm 32 to change my name to
I think
something.
it's 60.
$60?
I think it's $60 to change your name legally.
That's really not that much.
No, it's not that bad.
You could
you
change,
can do it.
You could change your name yearly, and it wouldn't, like, break the bank.
Yeah, honestly.
If that was
It would
something
make-
you were
But
into.
it's also a really hard, like,
Ooh.
step-by-step process.
You'd have to
'cause
get a new ID.
You have to get a new ID, and
New
that's
social
another-
security.
New social.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you're probably paying at least $200, $300 every time you change your
Yeah,
name.
just in like legal fees for other things.
I bet by the 3rd or 4th time, the government's probably questioning you. They're like, Wait,
Yeah,
what-
you're
what-
definitely on a, by the second time.
Yeah.
If you're not changing it back to what it was,
Yeah,
you're probably
yeah.
on a list.
Yeah, they're like, why is this person? Why do you need to change your name 4 times in the past 6 months? What's going on?
I'm just doing something, all right?
Don't worry about it. It's my hobby.
Man, it was a lot simpler before 9/11. You could change your name as much as you wanted. In that right shape. Police say a pair of New York subway
Go ahead. No. Hee-haw about my misspelled name on my birth certificate. It's all fun and gander in the world of style.
Fun and gander.
You heard me.
I'm more of a fun and goose kind of guy myself.
Well, you know,
It's a little sillier.
in cowboy land, that's not what we say.
Yeah. How many cowboys named Shape do you know?
Oh,
Police say a pair took a New York subway train on a
named
joyride and crashed it. They've arrested one teen.
that's pretty sick.
Yeah, no, what a thing to steal.
Yeah, basically.
Who steals a subway?
They, like, literally just entered
Me
in
walking
and
into
saw.
the sandwich shop.
They just entered into, like, the train station or subway station and saw that it was, like, unoccupied and just took it.
Is that
Intrusive
legitimately?
thoughts.
Yeah, legitimately. They just took an unoccupied train.
Why not? I feel like why not? There's no one there. There's normally someone at the front of each train,
That's
right?
what I'm thinking. Yeah.
If there's no one there, if I'm walking on the train, no one's in the spot. I'm walking on like the first train car, so I can see the head of it, and I'm like, oh, no one's in the driver's booth. Let me
Shane's never been on a train in his life, apparently.
It's called a driver's booth. Look it up. I get into the driver's booth. That's my first initial reaction. I'm gonna get in.
Yeah, no.
I'm gonna be like, wait a minute, I'm gonna say hello, and then if
Yeah.
no one responds, I'm gonna waddle my way on in there.
Was the door open?
I'm
Do we know?
not sure.
Because like if the door is open, that's an invitation. If the door is open and no one's in
Yeah,
there,
right. That's what
someone's
I'm saying.
got to do it.
I look in there. I see, not even like through the little window. I'm saying the door's open. I
Yeah.
look in there. I'm like, hello, is anybody in there? No one's in there. I'm walking in 110%.
How often do you get to steal a train?
Like, I don't feel bad about it. I see. I don't know if I'm going to go as far as to steal the bitch.
Well, I don't think they can. You steal a train? It's not like you're taking it off
Yeah.
the tracks.
Yeah,
It's
on
where
the-
it's supposed to be. Still,
We got to chase him down.
they just moved it.
Go to the end of the track.
Yeah.
Go to the next stop.
It's not that hard to find.
They will be there. I promise.
I got a good hunch we're gonna find them.
Yeah.
I
Ye-
feel like once you're on the train, you kind of know this is it. I'm going to jail, right?
I feel that way every time I get on the train.
Well, you're saying like once you get into the driver's
Yeah.
booth, and I think once you put your hand on the lever and push, once you start
Once the train's rolling.
turning the gizmos and flipping the gadgets, I think then you're legally viable to be in
once
jail.
you're pull starting the train.
Yeah.
Well, because like you have no idea what the other
That's how
subway
trains work. I've been to New
yeah.
York twice.
We're both conductors.
That's how we're both also secretly conductors. And old money still. Yes.
You can't even see the caboose on my train. It's so long.
My caboose is large.
Yeah, what are they supposed to do? Get in the caboose? No, dude, steal the train.
Yeah.
You can't. You can't steal a train. I'm under the opinion you cannot steal a train.
Yeah, no, I don't think you can. I see your point, and I think that you're correct. I think that you can get into a train and illegally operate it.
Sure. Hijack the
I
train,
think-
maybe?
yeah,
Sure.
Yeah, I think you
They're-
can hijack the train, 100%.
They're technically not being like charged with. Well, currently they only have the 17-year-old in custody, but
Right.
they're not
How?
being charged with like stealing or anything. She has 2 counts of criminal mischief
Yeah.
and reckless endangerment.
Isn't this
That seems accurate. I
See-
agree with that.
okay? Back in my cowboy days, I remember train car robbers. This feels like they're trying to.
But you didn't you didn't steal the train, you robbed the
Oh,
cars.
sometimes I did. Pulling up on my horse next to them, Yari, the horse. I'd pull out my lasso and they'd be
He was gray.
They'd be yes, almost silver. Some would say. They'd be conducting it, and I would lasso them. I'd say, "Stop, you bandits!" Because I used to talk like that back
Yeah.
in the day.
Yeah.
And then I would lasso them.
Not western at all.
No, that's how cowboys talk. You don't
Mm.
know. You don't know. But yeah, it seems like they're trying to do an old-fashioned train car robbing, right, guys?
So they crashed the train into another one. That's how they found it.
Yeah.
They just hit the next one on the line.
They literally moved
Wait.
50 feet and then hit the.
That's
They hit
it?
the next
Yeah.
one.
And
I-
hit the-
wait.
Hang on, whoa. They only went 50 feet.
They could see the butt.
yeah,
could
they
see the
just
caboose.
went right into it.
Like,
Yeah,
well,
it
we
was
got to
a-
go forward, I guess, right?
No wonder no one was in this train. It wasn't even the first one in line to go.
Yeah.
Like there was another train there.
Well, the other train was technically out of service.
the one that they.
The one that they hit.
Oh, okay.
Well, this one couldn't have been running if that one was directly in front of it.
No, they probably
think
just
they can go
went
backwards.
Yeah, they probably just went backwards.
Well, they should have stole it backwards then.
That's what I'm saying.
Well,
I think they're dumb
don't
robbers.
know how to drive a train.
They got into the.
You got to pull start it. You got to prime it 10 times
Also-
first.
They got into the head and they just pushed forward.
In every single one of these articles, there's like pictures of these girls, and they have like mentioned several times that they were like dressed to impress. Like she was wearing a pink shirt. She had a pink little bag.
Dressed to the nines to rob the train. All right, rock and roll, I guess.
What does wearing a pink shirt have to do with dressing
It
to impress?
no, listen. The picture, she looks fancy.
Looks like a
dancy.
normal person.
She looks
She got
fancy.
some big ass hoop earrings. But
Her
other than
hair
that-
is very pink and matches
That's not her hair.
shirt.
That's her.
Her shower cap.
Is that her?
Yeah.
Is that her? A shower cap?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, listen, I'm down to rob a train. If
Yeah,
you
me too.
guys think that it's a good idea.
I don't think it's there's worse ideas.
Okay.
Robbing a train is the least consequential vehicle you could rob. Like
Yeah.
in terms of like taking over the driving of it.
Yeah.
I steal a car, that's theft.
That is
It's grand theft actually.
Yes.
Auto.
Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
6.
Not yet.
Okay. 5.
No. Yeah, I still haven't played it, but
Still.
but like steal a boat, that's theft. You can go wherever you want on a boat.
I think
We're
it's
like what?
definitely theft if you steal a train.
We're like what, 87% water? You can go anywhere you want on a boat.
Yeah,
Car.
you could.
You can go anywhere you want in a car. Scooter. Plane. You can go anywhere you want in a plane.
Could.
Helicopter.
Could.
Where are you going to go with a train? They know exactly where you're going. You got one of two directions you can go in a train.
They're going to catch you.
And they only went 50 feet.
Now,
I don't think stealing is constituted in moving something 50 feet.
Now, what if it's a bullet train? What if you're in Europe and it's a bullet train? And
First
you're
of all, I'd
crossing-
never be in Europe.
You're crossing country borders. You know what I'm saying? Like you're going from a bullet train from France to Italy to, and you stole it the whole time. Could they call from one country to another and be like, oh, yeah, and then the other state would be like, country, excuse me, and they'd be like, oh, yeah, yeah.
I don't think you could ever.
They turn into Adam Sandler.
Oh, God. I'd want to be on the train then. I don't think you could ever get away with stealing a train because you always know where it's going. Like, there is no good end game in taking a train.
Yeah.
Other than, like, and I agree with these two of, well, it's here. When else are we going to get to move a train?
Yeah.
I would move the train 50 feet. That's a good intrusive thought.
The interim president of the New York
I
City
agree.
Transit Authority was like, I don't even know how they got on the train or how they knew how to move it.
It's probably not that hard. Yeah.
Just like starting a lawnmower, guys. You ever start a leaf blower? You can start a train.
Yeah, I feel like they probably just pulled the lever forward.
This is a lot less of a crime than if you were like the kid on the train tracks pulling the thing that moves the train tracks.
What do you?
Oh, the rail
switch
changer
track?
thing?
Yeah, the switcher. If you're pulling like the switch to like change the direction a train is going,
Mm-hmm.
that's a lot more consequential than this.
Yes, I concur.
Because then you're changing the path of
Changing
a train.
the course of history.
Yeah.
From what the vice president
Butterfly effect.
From what the interim president of the transit authority said, that this train wasn't even on the active track.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
Like, this couldn't have been a train that was ready to go.
So this train wasn't even on the active track, and the train in front of it was also out of commission.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, they probably had to sneak somewhere to even get on this train.
Yeah.
Double illegal. You're going to double jail, motherfucker.
Well, as soon as they crashed it, they both ran.
How do they only have one of them? Why do they only have one of them in custody?
And
They
it's
have pictures
the
of both of
minor.
them. God,
yeah.
what a great way to go to juvie. Stole a train. 216-859-8699. Let me know if you want to steal a train.
The Artificial Intelligence Podcast is the only show written, voiced, and scored entirely by AI. All episodes are available now on stylesrebelradio.com.
Hey, Style here, and I want to take a minute to talk to you about Hellbender Vinyl, a proud supporter of local and independent music and a proud supporter of WSRR Radio. Hellbender Vinyl is one of America's most trusted custom vinyl pressing plants. Located in Upper Lawrenceville on Butler Street, Hellbender is Pittsburgh's first and only vinyl record pressing plant and is here to help local bands and artists get their albums onto vinyl. Hellbender Vinyl offers vinyl record pressings to ensure that albums don't just end up as a bunch of ones and zeros floating around somewhere on the internet. So, if you're interested in giving your album a physical release, you can visit hellbendervinyl.com to start the conversation today. Plus, every customer at Hellbender Vinyl receives 5 free test presses to review at no additional cost. Hellbent on quality, hellbent on service, hellbendervinyl.com.
Hey, if you're listening, then you should listen to Off Air, because that's the show that I have to do promos for. So this is that promo that you're listening to.
Yeah. Shut up, Beavis. It's back on. What's back on? The Rebel Radio Show, dumbass. oh yeah. Yeah. This is cool.
Hang on, I'm not ready. The weather in Shreveport, Louisiana is 82 degrees Fahrenheit.
Shreveport.
Shreveport. Yeah.
Oh, and what's next?
It's part of the hayride circuit.
Goopy Loopy Port.
Well, if
Nantucket,
listen,
yeah, sure.
You got 9-mile-per-hour winds right now. Humidity's about a 64%. It's partly cloudy. Going to clear up later on in the afternoon. Tomorrow you're looking at also partly cloudy with a high of 87.
What is this bit?
It's the weather, actually.
It's not a bit, Jules.
Yeah.
It's the weather.
You ever go outside? You'll experience it no matter where you're at. The weather follows.
Just like Diddy.
Yeah, hang on. Before we get into that, before we start talking about Diddy,
sure.
After wedding songs and train hijackings,
Yeah.
Real quick, today's show is brought to you by Synergy Music Studio out of Chicago.
Yeah.
I know this isn't the most opportune time for sponsors, but I'd rather do it before the Diddy story than after.
Yeah.
Synergy Music Studio out of Chicago. If you're in the Chicago area, hit up Synergy to help you produce your next tracks for your albums or record release, or to get them radio ready. Even if you're not in Chicago, take advantage of Synergy's reamping service. You can send in your track and get it mixed down to a T, crisp and clear. You can also visit genericclothes.com wherever you're at all across the world and get your generic clothes to tell the big brand clothing companies they can suck it. Wear your political statement t-shirt. You can wear a shirt that says band.
Yeah. There's
Ketamine.
Yeah. I was Rock Band.
Rock Band.
That's the one that I know.
Local artist.
Political statement.
Yeah, political statement's always a good one.
Yeah.
They got a bunch on there. Pretty much anything that you could think of as a generic version of a big brand clothing company, they've got it. They've got like a music festival. It says on a shirt.
Yeah. One says tie-dye.
Yeah, sporting event.
Yeah.
$5,000 shirt or something like that.
Yeah.
And then you can go to hellbendervinyl.com as well to make your next album release more than just a bunch of ones and zeros floating around online. Give it something physical with one of America's most trusted vinyl record pressing plants and Pittsburgh's only, PA's only vinyl record pressing plant. If you're in the area, they can also deliver it to your doorstep when you make a custom order with hellbendervinyl.com. They're hellbent on service, hellbent on quality, Hellbender Vinyl. Now that that's out of the way, let's talk about someone going to hell.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. Got to pay the bills.
What's going on with I know very little about what all this is.
Very little about the diddle?
Yeah. I know about the diddle.
Yeah.
That's about all I know when it comes to P. Diddler.
Okay.
And the fact that he killed Tupac.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
So he was like supposedly the guy who set the hit on Pac.
Yeah.
And Biggie, I think, too. Could be wrong about that, but
and his first wife.
Yeah, he's kind of a bad guy, and just most recently he's been accused of coercing female victims to engage in sexual performances called, quote, freak-offs.
Freak-offs.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, he's on charges for, I think it is, sex trafficking, racketeering, conspiracy, and sex trafficking. So it's like the real deal Holyfield. And they have raided his homes.
Yeah, both of them at the same time.
Yeah.
I have heard they found some interesting items.
Yeah, they found
like 50 gallons of lube or something like that.
1,000 bottles of baby oil.
Sick.
There was like 750 dildos. They referred to it as freak-off items.
Yeah.
The police refer to it as freak-off items?
I'm not sure who referred to it as that, but it was like items used during these quote-unquote freak-offs. And they have to have found... I'm interested to find out if they found any of the footage, because like P. Diddy reportedly like recorded everybody doing this stuff and used it as blackmail.
Yeah, it says here, this is from E! News, it says... Combs is also accused in the documents of arranging, directing, masturbating during, and often, quote, electrically recording the freak-offs and transporting commercial sex workers, quote, across the state lines and internationally. So he was straight up
sex trafficking
kingpin, which is terrible. And, like, it's just something that's so crazy. Like, I was showing Style and Jules a video of Diddy on Instagram Live. It had to have been a year ago, 2 years ago. Could have been, upwards of 5 years ago. Who knows? But he was on Instagram Live, like, flaunting off, essentially, this little girl who he was like, yeah, I adopted her, and she's my kid. But it was very suspicious. And he even at one point says, he's like, I know this sounds suspect, and, like, people on the internet are going to say some type of things about it, but...
He really makes it a point to, like, say, hey, this isn't anything weird, by the way.
Yeah, right.
Tell them that this isn't anything weird.
Right.
That's my P. Diddy impression.
That was pretty good. That's pretty good.
Nice.
But, yeah, he, like... he's out in the open with it. That's Instagram Live, and
Yeah.
this was at least a year. This was in at least because over the last year he's been either hiding from the cop, like running from the police, or his homes have been raided.
Yeah,
so like
these aren't like
years
new
old.
charges,
right?
Well, and there was the video of him beating his girlfriend up in that hotel.
That's right.
Yeah, that was crazy. He chased her down the hallway in a towel, and
Yeah.
then like dragged her back to the room by her hair. That shit was terrifying.
and then nothing ever came of it.
Right.
I do believe he ended up. This is like a part of the indictment as well.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But these aren't like
New events.
the sex trafficking like stuff is like new information like publicly
To the public.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
To the public.
in terms of legality. It's new information.
Yes, to the law.
Yeah.
In the eyes of the law, this is new.
But like his actions and him being like investigated is not new.
Yeah.
Like this has been going on for a while that they've been looking into P. Diddy.
And his whole MO, I guess you would say, what other celebrities would say about him for years and years. People who were close to him, or like Justin Bieber, Eminem, like people who were close to him, being saying openly like, this guy's a weirdo. Like,
Yeah.
stay away from this guy. Don't go to his party. Like, it was.
Because that's the only other thing I knew, other than like the Tupac stuff.
Mhm.
The only other thing I knew is people would talk about P. Diddy's parties.
Yeah, and like it was either like a black comedian, it might have been Cat Williams specifically, but saying like, "Oh yeah, like don't stay at the Diddy parties past midnight."
Yeah.
So like I know what happens at the Diddy parties past a certain time, and that's when I know to leave. And
He threw like naked parties. And
Yeah,
Khloe
right.
Kardashian was there.
And Justin Bieber's always there for some
Yeah,
reason.
Well, Justin Bieber is a whole nother story with P. Diddy. There's like because he basically grew up under P. Diddy's.
Which again,
brand
another
and label.
weird aspect of it, like even at surface level. How old was Justin Bieber? Like 13 when he started, something like that? 14?
yeah, probably even
Yeah.
younger.
Yeah, so like that's another weird aspect of it,
I mean,
right?
Usher was a kid.
Usher,
too.
Usher's. I'm pretty sure if I'm recalling it correctly, Usher lived with P. Diddy when he was like 13. And
Oh,
like,
good.
That's that was like how he kind of grew up under P. Diddy's wing and like got guidance and help rep in the game from the diddler.
There was a video not too long ago that I just saw of like young Justin Bieber, and
He did. He lived with him for a
they
year.
were saying,
weird.
"Oh, I'm gonna be spending the next 48 hours with P. Diddy."
Who was this?
Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
And like
weird.
he was young, like maybe 14, 15.
Yeah.
It's just so crazy to me how out in the open it is, and like the people who you don't have to read too deeply into it. You can
Yeah.
read a couple articles and like understand the extent of if there are celebrities out there that don't trust this guy and are saying like, "Oh, we've been to his gatherings,"
Yeah.
and they're creepy.
Yeah.
Like that is something that should be immediately suspect. And like it's sad that I was just reading something on Reddit that was saying like other big name A-list celebrities are afraid to come out and speak out against
Yeah.
Diddy. And it's I guess we're not in like crazy high positions and we can't fathom the experience, but it's so weird when people, to me, when people are afraid to speak out against
Yeah.
their accusers, or they're afraid to speak out against like people that they know are bad because they're
Right.
friends, or like I think about like the Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis
Yeah.
situation. Like it's so strange to me that those people can't just
Cut ties.
cut
and-
tie. You're big and famous. You're a big.
Yeah.
I was reading that said like unnamed big A-list celebrities.
Well,
are
yeah, and a lot of
afraid
it's
to
because
come
of
out.
press too. They don't want bad press, even though like you're doing the right thing.
Right. And then it's one of those things where, well, if you're not saying anything, then are you a part of the problem?
Right,
And
right.
That's why.
Well, it's like Justin Bieber's been in the news every day with this, and he's had no comment on it, to what
Yeah,
I know.
right.
He made one statement. I'm sorry, I'm pretty sure he made one statement. It's like he was always a good father and a caring husband, or something like that. He said
Mhm.
somewhere, something along those lines. Justin Bieber said.
Sure.
But it was a very nothing statement
Mhm. Well,
about
I
like
mean-
his involvement or anything like that.
I'm sure we've all seen the video of P. Diddy patting down Justin for a wire.
Yeah, I saw that this morning.
So I mean, Justin
And that was
knows-
recent.
Yeah, that was very recent. Justin knows more than he's willing to say.
Yeah.
Right.
Like most people, Jennifer Lopez was dating P. Diddy for a while there, and they went to
Right. And now
parties, and now
I've seen J-Lo at these parties, and so it's like, is J-Lo worried now?
Right.
Is she a part of it, or is she worried to speak out against Diddy? And like, it's so crazy that, to me, someone of the magnitude of Justin Bieber, who has so much verbal power, he can say something and it will be amplified and reverberated across the entire country.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of these, like a lot of big name CEOs have stepped down after P. Diddy's arrest because
That's so creepy.
they're like somehow connected to
Yeah,
P. Diddy.
right.
Like
It's
the,
so creepy.
The CEO of Nike, the CEO of Warner Music Japan, the CEO of Sony Music Nashville, the CEO of Village Supermarket, TD Bank, and Air Wellness, which is a cannabis company,
Right.
have all stepped down after P. Diddy was arrested.
Super strange. Super duper strange. And it's like, what do they have to do with it, you know?
I'm not saying that this isn't super important.
Mm-hmm.
However, it's very odd to me that, because this is the level of publicity this should be getting.
Yeah.
But it's very odd to me that this blew up this big, this quick, when we still don't have the exact same answers about Epstein and Maxwell.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's the same circumstance.
It's the same
where they have the fucking papers and flight logs and list of names, but that's been kept secret because of who's in high position. Whereas this, like, we're speculating about J-Lo and Justin Bieber and all these other people, and more than likely, we're probably going to get names out of this one.
Yeah.
Because we're already seeing CEOs step down.
Right.
That's not something we saw routinely with the Epstein stuff. There's maybe 3 or 4 names that went into hiding after or had, questions about it.
Sure.
Was it Prince Andrew?
Yeah.
Was the one that was on there that was questioned about it openly. But, like, other than that, it's been, 6 years now?
People have been referencing Epstein, though, because this is all happening in New York under the same judicial.
Yeah, it's
judicial
ridiculous.
Services of he's even in the same jail that
Right.
Epstein was.
Oh, for real?
Interesting. I wonder if.
Do you think we'll have?
There's been speculations
Yeah.
that
I wonder if I don't even want to.
Right? Yeah, no, I'm not putting anything out there, but you know where we're getting at.
Right,
Like,
right. I wonder.
I don't
if
think it's too far fetched if he's in the news for something else.
P Diddy becomes the 2.0.
Yeah.
That would be crazy.
people have talked
The
about
P
that.
would stand for post.
Oh no.
Post Diddy.
Yeah, this is pretty cray sauce. Cause like, I don't even want to freaking. Okay, so like, what if these people in high positions have people who can do things and like do that with the diddler?
I don't doubt it.
And then things
But
just
then
go
we
on.
know.
And then the. Okay,
But we already know.
But
we
yeah,
already
Jules,
know because it happened with Epstein, and
We're-
people are still questioning it.
We're explaining what happened with Epstein actually, and you're saying, well, then people would know. People already know. It
Yeah,
happened. This would be
it's
the
well
sequel.
aware.
This would be the sequel, and it's like people already know.
Yeah.
So,
And to your point, I think there needs to be. Listen, I am all for local government. I'm all for small state government over federal regulation any day of the week. That's what the Constitution outlines. It's what I believe that the nation should fund off of. However, like you said, when it's something where this is twice that New York has had 2 of the largest documented sex trafficking and child trafficking cases on their hands, multi-year wide, nationwide cases with kingpins and like people in high places running it, and twice it's flown under the radar now.
Yeah.
I think we need some federal investigation in New York. Do I trust that the federal government will do a good job with this? No. And this is the problem we have.
right.
We have Secret Service that's shorter than the people they're protecting. We have shooters that are going free. We have all these other things that are happening. Like, that's the issue with it, is we all know, but it doesn't matter to the people that are in the high places.
I read this was just like a comment on some Reddit thread about something. I don't even remember, but the comment went something along the lines of, like, I wonder what it's like. I wonder what the rich multi-million billionaires sitting in their secret New York City penthouse cigar shacks, like sitting in their smoke rooms, laughing to themselves, watching this all unfold on TV, are thinking.
Right.
Like, I wonder what they're thinking. They're the ones who did this. They're the ones who set this into play, and they're
going to get off.
they're gonna get off, and more importantly, they're watching this and probably just sipping their scotch and laughing.
Because it doesn't matter to them if P. Diddy's the guy that takes the fall for it, too.
Right.
I'm not saying he shouldn't.
Right.
I'm just saying he's one part of a multi-stage.
Yeah. Right.
Apparently, he had like madams working for him to be able to get the kids
and like how many webs does this connect to?
Yeah.
You know, how
I wouldn't be surprised if this is directly related to the Epstein shit.
How big does this web out? And like, because then it's an interesting thing too.
Well, they talked about international, like bringing people across country lines, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
Let's think about like the long-term consequences of something like this actually happening. You lose 40% of your media personalities and talking heads.
I'd say that's a liberal number. I'd say probably more than that.
In one swift motion.
Yeah.
If we do this, if I'm talking long-term effects, years down the road, you're in one swift motion, you're losing 50-60% of all of your media personalities, literally.
Major corporate heads,
big business. Like, it's almost kind of like, well, like, you're fucked if you do, fucked if you don't.
Right.
You know?
I still think it would be worth it because then there
It would still be worth it, but
there would be more of like a stop idolizing these people.
Yeah.
Let's make it
but
better than
the
what
country
we're
would
doing.
be starting from 50% of what we're at right now. At least. The whole country.
Yeah.
I think in a weird way, it would unite the country more.
Oh, 100% it would. 100% it would. And it would be good overall. It's just one of those things of like, damn, you got to go through the hard shit to get to the good ending.
Well,
you know?
it's like you said at the start of this. It's crazy how frequently and how publicly this is and has been for years.
Don't care.
We're like, Diddy was on Instagram Live doing this shit.
Right.
You referenced Madonna earlier, and he referenced Madonna, and
Yeah.
like, I don't know if there's any speculation with that. I guess there is. I haven't looked into it. I'm not going to sit here and accuse people I don't know. But I guess there's been speculation with her adopting kids and stuff publicly and on stages talking about it and stuff like that.
Mhm.
You have companies like Nickelodeon with the whole Drake Bell thing
Dan
that
Schneider,
are
yeah.
hiring
Right.
pedophiles.
Right.
You have
And
Disney
one-
Channel hiring a convicted pedophile.
One goes from Nickelodeon to Disney
Right.
to what's next.
Like
yeah.
this is active cases of child trafficking and sex trafficking that are out in the open by major names.
Yeah.
And people are just, oh, yeah, okay, well, that P. Diddy's in the news.
Right.
We'll look into it more.
Right.
Like, it's not just P. Diddy.
Right. And I think that it's one of those things where like the highest ups who have good morals are looking at the situation and being like, this is a lot.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, this is a big burden.
And then it's always, like with the Epstein stuff, it's, oh, well, do we give out the names? Because then all these people that we do business with have gotten money from.
One swift motion.
And that makes us look like we knew.
Right.
That's
It's
the
like,
double-edged sword of it.
It's like, okay, you're going to like this, relating it back to wrestling. It's like
Is it Chris Benoit?
No, it's
Oh.
Triple H.
Oh.
It's a situation that Tripp is in right now. He either knew
Yeah.
and is a bad person, or he didn't know.
And is a really bad higher up.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And so it's like, fucked if you do, fucked if you don't.
Speaking of which, Vince McMahon's also lumped into this too.
Yeah, right. It ties to everyone.
Yeah.
It ties to everything.
Which is even more towards WWE as a company and the people that work close with Vince McMahon of like, oh, they knew he was hanging out with Diddy too.
Right.
And if, people are going to Diddy parties and talking about it, they should have heard that.
It's like one of these things that it should have been stopped a long time ago, and
Yeah.
someone didn't want to, so it's just been silently going and getting closer and closer to the surface, and now it's definitely bubbled over.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
Very spooky, in my opinion. Welcome to almost conspiracies.
Honestly,
season.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
spooky dookie, for
And
sure.
That's the worst part is the only conspiracy about this is we're trying to connect the dots as to what names we don't know.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I'm very interested to see all the names come out. Like,
This is all a real thing that is happening and documented, and there is documentation of it. We're just left out of the know as to who.
50 to 60% of media heads. That's my assumption.
Yeah, and again, I even think that's liberal still.
One foul swoop, they're gone, and
Yeah.
we have to say, okay, goodbye.
Yeah.
I can't watch this. Or this show lost its host. This,
Or at least people should look at it that way.
yes,
Mhm.
people should look at it that
Yeah.
way. Touch my finger.
well, there are a
Thanks.
lot of
Yeah.
people that are defending Diddy.
There was people that
walkouts
defend
in-
Chris Benoit.
There were walkouts in schools with people, with like actual children supporting Diddy.
There were people who defended OJ.
Yeah.
There will always
Well,
be.
I mean, there's no proof with OJ, so that's kind of a different story.
You're
so.
right. He quit.
Yeah, the glove didn't fit, dickhead. 216-859-8699. Let us know who you think's on the list. 216-859-8699. We really need to start putting the satire disclaimer on the live radio show as well. But if you want to hear that, you can listen to the Rebel Podcast. It comes out every Wednesday at 10 a.m. on all major platforms. Of course, that's the first hour of the Rebel Radio Show. We're live every Monday at 5 p.m. Eastern right here on WSRR Radio. It's the home of underground music. We're saving the underground music scene. We're nationally local. That means your local bands played worldwide. And we also have a great variety of our own shows, independent produced radio shows that we play here on WSRR Radio. Shows like Shaney's Off Air.
That is the truth, Ruth.
We have the Pigeonhole, and of course we have the Rebel Radio Show as previously mentioned. But if you want the full schedule breakdown for showtimes and more, WSRRradio.com is going to be the homepage where you can find all of that, as well as all the great podcasts we produce there, as well as all of our awesome sponsors like Synergy Music Studio out of Chicago, GenericClothes.com, and Hellbender Vinyl out of Pittsburgh, PA. And for more information on all of those, again, they're all linked to our homepage, WSRRradio.com. You can also get all of our social medias there as well, including the Discord server. You can chat with us about all those shows and a variety of different topics like liminal spaces, Fallout, Marvel, wrestling, pretty much anything. There's a whole meme page, and of course there's a big conspiracy page as we approach October. It's going to be all conspiracies all October long. That's 2 each radio show. 1 hour each. You're probably going to hear more of that.
That's the new one. That's the one for this year.
And you're going to hear True Vault Escapades at 10 p.m. weeknights right here on WSRR Radio. It's the Fallout-based radio drama. It takes place in-universe. They've made a bunch of leaps and strides. They have voice actors from all over the world doing amazing work, and they have the backing of creators from the Fallout series and voice actors from the Fallout series as well that have vocally supported them, as well as being added to the Fallout Fan Wiki, which WSR Radio is now a part of as well.
Hey, look at that.
So make sure you check out True Vault Escapades, 10 p.m. weekdays every weeknight right here on WSRR Radio. And until next time, I've been Radio's Rebel DJ Style. To my right, Shinny.
Bye, everyone.
On the board is Jules.
Adios.
Peace.
Break silence.